Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the Persol Elio sunglasses, model number PO3333. But first off, getting today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, just like these, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop these sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These are the standard size, and they have 51mm lenses in a 20mm bridge. They also do produce these in a larger lens size with 54mm lenses in the same 20mm bridge, but I definitely think for the average person, you're going to want to stick to the smaller 51mm lens size. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I'm wearing in today's video, these have Persol's striped gray acetate frames, which are absolutely beautiful, and then a dark gray non-polarized all-glass lens. The optical clarity of Persol's all-glass lenses are some of the absolute best in the industry. Of course, they're also going to block 100% of UVA and UV rays as well, which is extremely important for your eye health. They also do have a very nice edge-reflective material on the back side of the lens as well, which helps reduce sunlight coming in and bouncing off the lens at an angle and causing eye discomfort. Now, you can also buy these frames with polarized lenses, and one of my other favorite colorways are their beige tortoise with blue gradient, dark blue polarized all glass crystal lenses. Those are absolutely beautiful, but I also do really like these striped gray frames as well. Now, if we take a closer look at the front of the frames, we can see there aren't any gaudy logos or anything that's very visible here, but we can see a little etched Persol logo here in the top right corner of the lens, which is really hard to see and really discreet. It's there for authentication purposes, but it is definitely not too loud or noisy, and it's not going to kind of stand out and catch people's attention like a Ray-Ban logo would. If we take a look at the top corners of the frames, we can see the Persol Supreme arrow there, and then moving down, we can see the two little barrels of the Maflecto stem system. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the Maflecto stem system, this allows the frames to bend out and give a custom fit to the face right out of the box, which is really nice. It makes the frames very comfortable, again, right out of the box without any adjustment whatsoever, because they do bend out to that perfect fit. But these frames are made out of an acetate material, and they do have a metal stem that runs down them, so you can easily heat these up and give them a custom fit to the face to begin with, and then the Maflecto is just going to help it from there. Now, one complaint that I do have with these frames is they do squeak a little bit. Put that close to the microphone so you can hear it, and that definitely is quite annoying on a very premium pair of frames. Now, of course, every single one of these frames is actually handmade in Italy, and they actually say that here in the inner right temple of the frames. They say Persol handmade in Italy, so the build quality is actually going to vary depending on the person who is hand making them. And because they're handmade, some people are better at making frames and have been making them for longer than other people, and because of that, the quality control is going to be better on those pairs that are made by people who have been there for longer, typically. And Persol's overall quality control is pretty good, but unfortunately, squeaking frames is not one of the main things that they're looking for. Now, another quality control aspect here is if we take a look here at this beefy 5-barrel all-metal hinge, which is very strong and substantial. I do like that hinge a lot. We can see kind of some unfinished polishing there around the hinge, and that's found on both the left and the right hinge of the frames. They just simply didn't do an amazing job of finishing that out and polishing it, and having it unfinished like that really does make the frames feel more handmade, if that makes sense, but it also makes them feel less luxurious at the same time. So there's definitely some pros and cons there, and it's been like this for a while with Persol frames, where some are flawless and some have, you know, kind of some flaws and look more handmade than others. So definitely keep that in mind when buying a pair of these frames. Now, another downside with these frames is the weight. Because they have these thick acetate frames and all glass lenses, they're going to come in at 44 grams, so definitely a very heavy pair of frames. And of course, the larger lens size is going to weigh a couple grams extra as well, so definitely keep that in mind when buying a pair of these frames. They're definitely going to be very heavy, and if you wear these frames for long periods of time, you're going to feel some discomfort here around the nose and potentially here on the ears as well. These are just overall an absolutely amazing looking pair of frames. I really do like the mixture between modern and vintage styling here. Just absolutely timeless and really high quality. Again, the biggest downside here is going to be the build quality inconsistency, because they are handmade, and for whatever reason, this pair seems like they're having a little bit more problems, and the squeaking is just crazy. That's just really annoying, and it's gonna drive me crazy. I know some people it doesn't annoy them that much, especially if you're not putting the frames on and on and off like I do when I'm making the reviews. So, you know, normally you just put a pair of frames on and keep them on for a couple hours, so it's not gonna affect you as much, but It's just crazy here with this particular pair. So I'm actually gonna blow out this pair for very, very cheap on my website because I just don't want it. Now, if you want a pair of these frames and you're worried about buying them online, I definitely recommend buying these directly from Persol. So I'm going to leave a link description down below directly to Persol's website because you actually return these within 30 or even 90 days. I think they extended it with the holiday season as of filming this video, but you have a ton of time to return the frames if you are not fully happy with them, and then they'll exchange it for another pair if you do have any issues like the squeaking or some build quality issues here on the hinge. If you're paying, you know, full price for a pair of these frames, you definitely want it to be flawless, and that absolutely makes sense. So don't be afraid to buy directly from Persol and then return them if they're not absolutely flawless or to your standards. Not a big deal there. But again, I am going to be selling this pair on our website for a substantial discount off the MSRP because it is not perfectly flawless. So the MSRP of these is like $370 on Persol's website. We have these on our website for around $230 or something like that, $235. So overall, definitely a mixed bag with my pair in particular. But for most of the other frames that I've handled in person, they've all been pretty flawless. So definitely some bad pairs and good pairs as well. So just keep that in mind when buying a pair of these frames at full price. You want them to be flawless. And that's of course what you deserve when you're paying full price for a pair of these frames. Well, let me know what you think about these frames in the comment section down below. Do you like the styling? Do you hate them? Do you have the larger size or the smaller size? I'm definitely interested to know. But thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below. And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.